Hey guys, we got a big surprise for you.
Ooh, is it money? A trampoline? Another pony?
This year, Christmas, both families together.
Yay! Hello? Grandpa Kurt?
Well, I guess there are no new ideas in Hollywood. Just 1 week after we got A Bad Mom's Christmas, which is a very R-rated, raunchy holiday comedy focusing on the ladies. This time we have Daddy's Home 2, and that's the sequel to the very successful Will Ferrell and Mark Wahlberg comedy of a couple of years ago that pitted Ferrell's straight-laced new husband to Sarah, played by Linda Cardellini, to her ex-husband Mark Wahlberg and father of her kids, and he's the complete polar opposite of Ferrell, of course. That's what makes the comedy, folks, is these two dads, so to speak, interact and make you laugh. Well, now they've turned that setting, just like in the case of Bad Moms, into the Bad Moms Christmas. We now have Daddy's Back 2, which is also set at Christmas, and like Bad Moms, employs the moms' moms. Yes, bad grandmas. Well, here we have bad grandpas, or at least one bad grandpa.
My dad is gonna scoff at everything we do.
Your father hasn't met the new evolved Dusty? I mean, who wouldn't be impressed with you? Dear God. This is gonna come off weird, Dusty, but he's beautiful.
Why don't you bring the car around?
I'm not the driver. I'm Brad. Stepdad? My dad's coming too. Dad! Red sweater. He wears a red sweater so I can see him in a crowd.
There's my big man!
And this is where this movie works. Mel Gibson is back in his first comedy, screen comedy, since he was in What Women Want in 2000. And he is a kind of rough, tough, super cool, very smart in his own way, but very kind of estranged from his son Mark Wahlberg, who plays Dusty here. Gibson plays Kurt, and it's got his tough guy image written all over it. He's perfect casting here. Opposite John Lithgow, who plays Will Ferrell's father, and they have the most wonderful, warm relationship a son and father could ever have. Well, the two of them arrive to spend Christmas with the family, and of course all hell breaks loose, particularly with the heating system in the house that keeps going haywire, and all sorts of mishaps and shenanigans. A very broad comic sequence in terms of putting up all the Christmas decorations. A lot of this seemed overly familiar because it's a lot of the same gags in their own way that we just saw in A Bad Mom's Christmas.
He's gonna ruin Christmas, Brad, I'm telling you.
The only person that can ruin your Christmas is looking back at you from that mirror.
All I see is you, Brad.
Sorry. Right, here. There we go.
Still you, Brad.
But nevertheless, there's a lot of laughs to be had, and the big difference between the mom's Christmas and the dad's Christmas is the rating. This one is PG-13, and it is appropriate for families. Definitely Bad Mom's Christmas, hard R. I would not take the kids to that, but you can feel free to take them here. I think they'll have a good time. This movie has the great chemistry between Wahlberg and Ferrell. They are perfect complements to each other. But the real joy in this movie is seeing Gibson and Lithgow, two old pros, going at it and having a really great time. This has got a lot of good Christmas cheer to it, a lot of fun sequences. John Cena shows up again just as he did in his cameo in the first Daddy's Home movie. There's no reason to believe this one won't be just as successful as the first film. People are looking for a fun comedy that you can take kids to, and that's this one. There's very little that's totally objectionable. I'd say go if you're a family and looking for a good time. No, this isn't a big awards favorite, and it's not going to knock your socks off. It's pretty forgettable stuff. But I had a good time and I laughed, and I guess that's all you can ask of a movie like Daddy's Home 2. Check it out. I say go.